Well, now to a story of heartbreak and hope. A couple from Rice is sharing the pain of losing a young child to suicide.
It's only been 3 months, and understandably, the emotions are still very raw. But Sophie Wieland's parents wanted to share their thoughts to generate conversation about mental health and suicide awareness.
And they especially want to let kids know that it's okay to share their feelings. Fox 9's Karen Scullen has their story.
At 14, Sophie Wieland could capture an audience, whether with the violin or playing hockey, soccer, or running cross country. She was smart and did well in school. She was even on student council, and her smile made others smile.
I think it was just her kindness and her being nice and inclusive to everybody in everything she did.
And Sophie had big plans.
She took her driver's ed. She was looking forward to getting her permit, to getting her license. She decided she wanted to go to MIT going into 9th grade, and she was going to be an aerospace engineer.
But even with all of that, Sophie was struggling. On July 12th of this year, at just 14 years old, Sophie took her own life. She left behind a letter that tried to explain why.
It wasn't until after the fact that we found out that she said she was been suffering for about 3 years with issues with herself and her self-esteem and stuff.
In 3 years, Sophie never told her family or a coach or any of her friends she was hurting. She wasn't withdrawn. She had fun and seemed genuinely happy. And her parents say they talked with her, checked in, and asked questions.
Didn't seem to never was brought up in a conversation that she was ever struggling or anything.
And she always denied having problems. She always said everything was fine.
Now, with her 2 older siblings at college, Sophie's parents are alone, trying to make sense of it all.
She was our baby, and we were supposed to have at least 4 more years with her before she was to go off to school, and now we have an empty house.
But through their unbearable pain has been some amazing support. It started with Sticks Out for Sophie.
People were putting sticks out all over the United States, Alaska, Boston, California, Florida, and then just people that we don't know too, reaching out and offering support and showing just what an impact she had on everybody.
There have also been numerous games played in her honor, and to raise money for suicide awareness, a lemonade stand, and others who walked a marathon. And now a nonprofit startup called Sophie Squad. The Wielands hope by sharing their heartbreak, it gets the conversation going, that it gets kids talking about their thoughts and feelings.
Everybody has problems. They need to, find somebody they can talk to.
The Wielands do think the pandemic played a part. They point out the amount of alone time kids had during the school year and over the summer, making their message more important now than ever, when it seems so many children are still struggling.
We just hope that this would never happen to anybody else, because I couldn't wish this on anybody to have to live through this.
In Rice, Karen Scullen, Fox 9.
And the new nonprofit Sophie Squad is hosting their very first event called Hockey Hits Back. It's the Sartell versus Rogers girls hockey game on November 11th in Rogers. Game time is 5 for JV and 7 for varsity. They asked that everybody there wear teal. That was Sophie's favorite color. The goal of the night is to highlight the importance of mental health and to remove the stigma associated with seeking help.
And if you or someone you know is in suicidal crisis or emotional distress, this is the number. The National Suicide Lifeline is available 24/7. It's 800-273-8255. We'll be right back.